All right, so today we will be solving absolute value equations. And as we just saw, right, for example, in the case of 4, the absolute value of 4 is 4, and the absolute value of negative 4 is also 4. That's because absolute value is the distance. Yes, it's the distance from 0 on the number line. Right. And distance is always positive. It is. Otherwise, I will have like a 0 on the speedometer of my car because driving to and from work is always positive mileage on my car. It will not go backwards. Yay. Distance is always positive. That's why absolute value. Oh, hello. Okay. Just fast forward through this part on the video. All right. Yeah. All right. That's why absolute value is always a positive number. So, for example, on the number line, right, we know negative 4 is right here, and 4 is right here. Okay? Remember, 0 is where we're basing everything on. So, the distance from here to here is 4. And the distance from here to here is 4. Okay. So if you take a look at this, another thing you should be able to look at, the what it equals will always be positive, but what's inside the absolute value could either be a positive number or a negative number. Which means when solving these equations, it is not one equation. Oh no! It's 2! Wow. It's 2! One for the positive case and one for the negative case. Yes! Okay, here we go. Yeah. So for example, right, the outside should always equal a positive, but the inside could either be positive or negative. Now, what is 5 spaces away from 0? 5 or negative 5. So the inside is either a 5 or a negative 5. In other words, you can break this up into 2 equations. You're going to get 2x minus 1 equals either 5, or it could also be negative 5. All right, disclaimer, notice the 2x minus 1. The minus in the middle is not the one that changes. It's the 5 and the negative 5. We're just saying that what's inside the absolute value is either 5 or negative 5. Yay! Yay! All right, here we go. Here we go. Solving this one, you get 2x equals 6. Yes, that's a 6. Yeah. Okay, that's not a b, that's a 6. All right, and so x equals 3. Very good. There you go. 2x equals negative 4. Yeah? Negative 2. Yay. All right, here we go. Now, I know this is trivial. But I do want you to check your answers as you go along. All right? Because this problem isn't so bad. So this is a good one to practice our checking. Here we go. We're going to store in the X button the 3. So you just hit 3, store, X, enter. Yay. So it stores the 3. Then you just type in that equation. So second 0 gives you the absolute value. And then 2x minus 1. And the answer should be 5. It is! Sweet. Stores right on top of on. Okay? Let me show you another one. Here we go. Instead of rewriting that equation, another button is the second enter button. It's fabulous because you don't have to retype it in. The second answer is negative 2. So go ahead and store negative 2 as your x. Yeah, and hit enter. Right? If you hit second enter, so the 2 furthest buttons away from each other, you can hit that as many times as needed to get to a thing that you already typed in. So, yeah. So hit second enter again till you get back to the equation. You don't have to retype it in. I know. And then hit enter. The answer is 5. We're good. Yay? All right. Oh, so instead of retyping the equation, all I did was hit second enter to get back to what I typed in earlier. You keep hitting it till you get back to what you want. To get back to the 2x minus 1. Try it. Yeah, it'll retype it in for you without you having to type it in. Yay? Okay. So, if both things are the answers, then your solution will be in lovely squiggles, would be 3 and -2. Notice that I'm using squiggles instead of parentheses because it's not a coordinate, right? It's a solution set. This is called set notation. Repeat after me, set notation. Set notation. That's right. Yeah, you squiggled. It was good. Okay. Yes, love. Nope, it doesn't. It's all the things in that set are a solution, so the order doesn't matter. Excellent question, Ms. Tatiana. All right, here we go. Now, absolute value is kind of like prison. Here we go. It is, right? You don't want to get into prison. You want to get out of prison, yay? Okay, so you think of those absolute value lines like a prison wall, right? You don't put anything into it. We do not. We do not. What am I getting at here? Don't distribute. Don't distribute. Heavens, no. Don't distribute. I feel like you know this already. Yeah. You don't distribute. Instead, we isolate the absolute value. Then we're going to solve it, okay? Isolate it instead. In other words, get rid of everything around it, right? So on this side of the equation, we have a 3 and a -1. That's around the absolute value. Easiest to get rid of, -1. So keeping that 3 there, we got x plus 2 is equal to 9. Then get rid of the 3. How? Divide. Here we go. X plus 2, yeah, is equal to 3. Yay? Yay? Okay. Now that the absolute value is by itself, now we can break it up. Which means the inside, if the answer is 3, could either be -3 or +3. Right. So it's either x plus 2 is either a 3 or x plus 2 is a -3. So adding the 2 to the other side, you get x equals 5. And on the other side, you get x equals -5. Nope. No, you don't. You get -1. What am I thinking? No, -5. Over here, you get 1. Sorry. Just kidding. I had divided them for a second. Here we go. This is a 1. Yes. Yes. Here we go. Of course, always check your work. So I'm going to go ahead. Can we just like pretend we checked it? Yeah. So check your answers, and the solution will be 1 and -5. Okay? Not too worried about these ones. Not too worried about these ones. I'll show you the one I'm worried about in a second. How do you check it? You plug in 1 and -5 into the original. Yep. And then just make sure you get 8 once you plug it in. Yay? Okie dokie. Here we go. Example tray. Whoa! Oh my gosh, fractions again. Oh, some of your fractions were very interesting, by the way.
You like love fractions.
I love me some fractions. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Here we go. It's like playing chess. What do you move first? The pawn. You move the pawn. Is the easiest one. Is the 1 right there. Oh my gosh, do you play chess? Because I play you. I play you. Here we go. Yeah. I used to be the chess coach. Here we go. Oh, checkers. In Las Vegas when I was teaching in Las Vegas. Here we go. First of all, you're a teacher, so you don't make much anyway, so what are you going to gamble with? Saying. All right, here we go. Multiply everything by yellow. Yes.
So, when you multiply everything by 2, will you be multiplying the stuff inside the absolute value?
Thank you. You do not have to. No, when it's being multiplied and multiplied, you don't distribute into the absolute value, right? Yeah. So over here, this is what Brianna was saying. Not Brianna, what? Yeah, Adrian. I'm sorry. Here we go. When you multiply the 2 to everything on this side, since all multiplication, all it does is cancel that 2. So the 3 is there, but you don't multiply it into the absolute value. It's still x plus 2 inside. Yay? But you do have to multiply that 21. 42. Yeah. Okay. That's a 42. Then divide by 3. So you got 2x plus 2 equals 14. Thanks, Julia. All right. And this is where we break it up. Here we go. 2x plus 2 is 14, or plus 2 is negative 14. Yes, Miss Abby.
What I do usually is I do 20 times 2 and then divide it by 2.
20 times 2. Did you multiply the 1 by 2 also?
Well, I mean, after 21. So 21 times 2 divided by 2.
There you go. So times 2 divided by 3. Absolutely.
That's like, I was thinking if my fraction was like normal, I'd like, instead of like multiplying by the number,
Yeah.
I'd just like do divided by 2
Right. Excellent. That's exactly what we did. You described it in your own way. This is excellent, right? I just want to make sure if you multiply by 2, like from the start, you have to multiply that negative 1 also. So I'd move that 1 first.
Oh, wait, that's kind of what you did.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do all.
You know. 2x equals 12, x equals 6. 2x equals negative 16, x equals negative 8. Make sure you check yourself somehow. So the answer, it turns out both of it is true, is 6 and negative 8. Squiggle, squiggle. There you go. It's good. It's good. It's so good. All right, here we go. I'm going to pause the video, and I want you to try this one by yourself, because this is the last of the easy ones. Yeah, this is the last of the easy ones. Go ahead and pause. Yes. All right, pause. Here we go. If you're still writing, keep on writing. But once you finish, check the front. Did we do the same thing?
Yeah. Wait, so now finish improper fraction.
Yes. Yeah. Of course you would check. It'll work out. Yes. You hate fractions. Fractions don't hate you.
I'm pretty sure they do. I think they do, honestly.
I mean, yeah, don't do any extra work. Just typing it into your calculator and putting it into a decimal is extra work. Just leave it as an improper fraction. Oh, okay. Oh, goodness. You're going to learn to like it and calculate it from us. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Woo!
I'm sorry. I looked to the back.
And?
So, like, how does the absolute value of something already equal?
Adrian, you're a genius! Oh my goodness. So here's the question. How does the absolute value of something equal a negative? It doesn't! You know how I said that was the last of the easy questions? This is the last of the easy questions. When it says absolute value equals a negative, the answer is no solution! Yes! No solution. I love this one. Right? But it's the one everyone misses on the test. I don't understand. Yeah, it's the one. It happens once on the test, and like about 30 or 40% of the people miss it. Like, you know, can you not pay attention? It's okay. It's okay. Here we go. Numbers 6, 7, and 8. Right. What's different about these equations? There's an X on both sides. There's an X on both sides. So when there's an X on both sides, you have to check your answers when you have an X on both sides. On both. Oh my gosh. Both sides. Yeah. Wow. It looks like I'm in kindergarten. Hopefully my little microphone thing is coming in the mail today, because then I can be up on the board and write prettier. But, you know, it'll be all right. Yeah, yes. All right. That's the key. You may get extraneous answers, extra answers. All right. Here we go. Adrienne, how far along did you get on this one?
Not very far.
Not very far. All right.
Actually,
You get something? Okay.
Well,
You
no,
think
never
so?
mind, never mind.
Okay. Remember that the stuff on the inside could either be the positive of this or the negative of this. So when you set up your equation, talk to me, Miss Adrienne.
So would you do like negative 4x minus 5 or just like
There you go, girl. You did it. Yep. There you go. I'm going to set it up nice and pretty, but you're exactly right. So it's either the positive of that equation, which is just, you just keep it, or you go 3x plus 2. Oh my gosh. Hang on. 3x plus 2 is equal to the negative of that equation. So the negative of 4x plus 5, which if you can do the math in your head, then it would be negative 4x minus 5. You could just set it up that way. Yay? Okay, here we go. Solve it just like normal. Subtract the 3, you get x on this side. Subtract the 5, you get negative 3 on that side. Yay? All right. Over here, you do have to distribute that negative, so 3x plus 2 is equal to negative 4x minus 5. The negative 4x is the smaller variable, so add that to the other side. So you have 7x is equal to negative 7, so x is equal to negative 1. Yay. Which one is the correct answer? There's only one answer. Yeah. Which one is the correct answer? All right. Here we go. It's the one that fits. It's the one that fits. All right. Let me show you. I'm going to write out the check for this one. All right. This one you can definitely type into your calculator to check your answers, but I'm going to go ahead and write out the check so that way on your notes you can see, remind yourself that you have to take a look at it. All right. So the original question was absolute value of 3x plus 2. So is the absolute value of 3 times negative 3 plus 2 equal to 4 times negative 3 plus 5? Is it? Here we go. Absolute value of 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 plus 2 is negative 7. True? 4 times negative 3 is negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. Is that true? No. Yes, as well. That's which one?
Never mind. Never mind.
Where?
The right side.
This?
Yeah.
That's a 1. Yeah, negative 1. 3. Yay? So this is false. Right? So using this, that's not a solution. That's not an answer, sorry. It's not a solution. If we check the x is equal to negative 1 part, we got absolute value of 3 times negative 1 plus 2 isn't equal to 4 times negative 1 plus 5. Right? 3 times negative 1, negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Okay? And then negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Is that true? Yeah. So this checks out. So the moral of the story, my friends, is check your answers. Check your answers. The only solution to this thing is negative 1. That's the only solution.
How come it works out on these ones and the ones
The other ones have 2. Excellent. What's the difference between the front page and the back page?
There's 2 x's.
Yeah. When you have x's on both sides, then because you have to take the positive and negative of an x on the other side, it gives you an extra answer. Right? Yes. Yes, love. I know. It's so good. All right. Here we go. You know you love me some fractions.
I don't like it.
Yes, you do. All right. Here we go. It's good. It's good. It's good. Good. First things first. Subtract the 1/8. What's 1 minus 1/8? 7/8. Because if you visualize the 1 as 8/8, then it's 8/8 minus 1/8. True? If you get a common denominator, right? And just change that 1 to 8/8. So that way you can subtract the 1/8. Let me write it down. Here we go. Just pretend this 1 is an 8/8. Right? And when you subtract 1/8, it becomes 7/8. Joy! Here we go. 1/4 absolute value 1/3 x minus 1/2 is equal to 7/8. Yeah? Yes, love.
So, like, I think.
You think?
Okay, I think you multiply by 1/4.
You do multiply by 1/4. Here we go. 1/3 x minus 1/2. Basically, you multiply 4 to the other side, so 28/8. Doesn't that reduce?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does, right? 7/2. It's 7/2. So we can make it even simpler. 1/3 x minus 1/2 is equal to 7/2. Yeah? Okay, there we go. Now that the absolute value is isolated, go ahead and set up your two equations. Yay! 1/3 x minus 1/2 is equal to 7/2, or that's a good time. That's a good time. It is. Yeah. Add 1/2 to the left side. We got 1/3 x is equal to 8/2, aka 4. Right? So it's really 1/3 x equals 4. So x equals 12. Yay. On the other side, 1/3 x equals -6/2, aka yeah. So x equals -9. Yay? Okay. So, Miss Abigail, was there an x on the other side of the equation? No. So, on these cases, you can check your work, but both answers should work out because you didn't have the extra x. You know what I mean? You didn't have an extra x as a positive or negative. So the solution to this thing is, in fact, 12 and -9. Sweet. All right. Here we go. Last one. You good? All right. Yes, love.
Okay, so why on this one it has
What's the difference between both equations? You see it? Think about it. Hang on. Yes, oh, listen. Make sure nobody dies. Okay. Yes. There's an extra variable on the side. Yay? All right, here we go. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna freeze that real quick. Let's see what you got. You can do it. I believe in you. I do. I so do. You can subtract the 6. Good on you, mate. Yes, love. Yes! Yes! Don't forget to check the answer. Why? Did everyone get 19 over 7? Just kidding. You did? Ian, what'd you get?
22 over 3.
Woo! That's right, guys! There it is! There it is! Yay! All right, here we go. Let me freeze this. Okay. Now, for your practice, you have to do 6 to get out of here. It's not